No.
I pressed the wrong button. Hold on. That was not supposed to be because it's the same button, but I just got to go to the second. All right, here we go.
Yay! 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 Yay!
Hey.
I still dance to our song.
Yeah, I know you do. I just watched it. I don't know if I'd call that a dance so much as like a shimmy. It's more of a shimmy.
Hey, it's more of a dance than Snoop does.
Well,
And still cool.
I mean,
Not as cool as Snoop.
no,
but cool.
that was actually I would equate if you were standing and you did that same dance. That's kind of the Snoop thing.
It was kind of a Snoop thing.
It's just you bend the knees a little bit and then it just kind of moves from
You
the
kind
top.
of, you just kind of get a little something going.
Yeah. All right. Welcome back, everybody, to the show. I'm glad you made it.
Hi, everybody.
Hi, everybody. I hit a deer the other day.
Like with your fist?
With my car.
Oh.
I hope the son of a bitch is dead. That's all I can say.
Wow, that's rude.
Because it's going to cost me like $100. No, I'm just kidding.
Wow.
My deductible is $500.
Did you kill the deer?
You know, I don't know. So I was driving home and it was like maybe 30 degrees and it had just rained that day. So I'm just like, there's going to be black ice on the road or something.
Okay.
So the deer started walking across the road and so I went to the other lane. Okay, fine. I'm about to miss the deer. The deer then decided to do a 180 and just start backing its ass towards me. Like it basically twerked towards me.
Back it on up.
Exactly.
Back it on up. Back it on up.
And I said, well, it could be icy out, so fuck it. I'm going to hit this deer.
Oh.
And I did. And it was great. Now, I was only going like 30 miles an hour. So the bumpers broke. Like, it's got some damage.
You clipped it. You clipped.
Yeah.
You didn't hit a deer, because hit, you think head on. You clipped a deer.
Yeah.
Or did the deer clip you?
I mean, it basically swung its butt at me. I got butted. I got butt-butted by a deer.
Okay.
And, yeah. So I don't know if the deer... I mean, it wasn't, like, dead in the side of the road.
It's a tenderloin now.
Is it, though?
I don't know.
I guess, yeah. More, tender rump.
Tender rump
Maybe
roast.
it's a tender rump. So, you know, I called the police. They went and tried to find it, just in case they had to shoot it.
Yeah.
Which, I mean... It's such a minor inconvenience to me that you know I'm okay with the deer surviving.
Yeah.
Like if he messed up my car,
Was it he or
oh no,
she?
She.
Yeah.
If she messed up, I don't care. I didn't look.
Well, you looked enough to know.
I don't assume any animal's gender, Mo, and I'm shocked that you do. I am shocked that you do.
Here we go.
Well, the forest, I guess, is the biggest unisex bathroom out there. So who the hell knows? No, it was a she. There were no antlers. She looked right at me. She was like, she looked right at me.
She knew it.
She knew, and I was just like, "This is your fault, ma'am."
Yeah.
And then,
is that what you said as you clipped her? This is your fault, man.
No, I think it was more of a uh-oh. It was,
crap.
Uh-oh. Yeah, I mean, do you ever have you ever had an accident where it's like, you know it's going to happen. It's like 3 to 4 seconds before it happens. You know it's unavoidable. And you're just like watching it happen in slow motion.
That was my last accident when that guy ran into me.
Oh, at the Chinese food store.
I was at a stop waiting to cross the road.
Yep.
And he came right at me.
Uh-huh.
I had like that 3 to 4 seconds of him. Like I'm looking at him and he's got his head down.
Oh, you didn't make eye contact?
No.
That would have been hilarious.
It would have. He was looking away, which is why he hit me.
Uh-huh.
But he was like reaching down and I'm going, stop. I'm like, I'm going to get hit.
Please stop. Please.
Yeah, it didn't happen. But I do have to share another fun deer story with you.
Oh, deer.
I've been in a couple of deer accidents over the years.
Uh-huh.
The last one, I had a 93 Dodge Shadow.
Ugh.
That was my car for a while.
Ugh.
In like a burgundy color. It was my first new car I ever bought.
You bought that new?
I bought it new, brand
Dodge
new.
Shadow?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'd had an accident. Somebody had hit me. She actually tried to go around me while I was at a stop. Whenever I'm stopped, that's my problem. Whenever I'm at a dead stop,
Yeah.
that's my issue.
Sorry, I was sipping my smoothie, so I
fair.
didn't want to sip into the microphone.
So I appreciate that for a
Yeah.
change. So a deer ran into the dent that was already in my car. Head first.
Okay.
Like, ran into my car.
Okay.
Bam! Like, are you angry with the dent in my door? Because you just headbutted it. But
There was already a dent, and he was like,
But that's not the best deer story I've ever had.
Oh, tell me more.
When I was a kid,
Uh-huh.
So this is like late 70s,
Uh-huh.
right? My father had a crew cab, extended cab pickup truck. So he had the full back seat, 4-door truck.
Uh-huh.
And one of his friends is riding shoddy with him. And his wife was riding in the back seat with my mother. And I was a kid laid out across the back seat, my head on my mother's lap, my feet on her friend's lap,
Okay.
sleeping in the back seat.
Okay.
I think it was like an 8 or 10 point buck ran out in front of my father's truck.
Oh, no.
And I mean, there was no avoiding, just smashed in the front end of the truck.
Boom.
And again, I'm asleep in the back seat.
Yeah. The irony of the buck running into the buck bees.
There's more to that.
Go.
My father has personalized plates, always has. And it said Buckbee on the plate, and it bent the plate back, so it just said Buck.
Oh.
And it told the whole story right there.
That's so great.
But the crazy part was, I didn't wake up. Smash into a deer. They picked me up. A police cruiser gave me a ride home. I was asleep. They put me in the backseat of the car, put me to bed.
I think Billy's dead, everybody.
Just never woke up.
Wow.
In the morning, they told me about it. I'm like, what? That didn't happen. There's no way. I would have known that. They brought me down to the, they literally get him in the other car. Let's take him down. So I got in the old family truckster Woodside station wagon, went down to see the truck. And I'm like, you could see that there were hairs from the deer still in the grill.
I still have him in my van. This
Yeah.
was like a week ago I hit that damn deer. I still got him.
They're there.
Oh, yeah.
And my father told me that deer ran off with 3 legs. They tried to find him, but he left a leg in front of the truck. And he ran off with 3 legs. He probably didn't make it very far. But back in the 70s, they were like, well, that deer's dead.
Oh, someone's going to find it and probably eat it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, Bob.
Gross.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't know who Bob is, but.
This was the first time I ever hit a deer last week.
Really?
My sister allegedly hit like 5 deer, but I think
What?
I think she only hit 1.
Are there deer in Chicago?
No, in high school.
Oh, okay.
Okay. I think she only hit 1. I think the other ones were just lies, but I can't prove it. So, I'm not going to put her on blast, but then again, it's not like my parents listen to the show. You all right?
A T went down the wrong pipe.
All right. I'll turn your microphone off. This is wonderful.
Sorry. Oh, it's better than the sounds you make.
Yeah. So
By the way, speaking of your sister, side note. Have you talked to her about making our song into a DJ mix song for her?
No, not yet. So anyway, she hit
was
several.
on the show.
Yeah, she hit several deer.
Okay.
Moral of the story. Let me finish the story.
Yes, dear.
So the one that I can guarantee she hit, it was a 94 Ford Escort,
Ugh.
equally as shitty as your car.
Possibly even worse. Yeah.
No. The Escort was better
No,
than
Ford.
the Shadow.
Ford.
Than the Shadow.
No.
I get mid-90s Fords weren't. That was not the heyday for the
Not
Ford.
the heyday for
No.
Ford.
70s Fords, I'll give it to you. Even new Fords, they're not bad.
They're okay.
But it's because every single car, including Jeeps, are now made overseas in Asia, so it doesn't count.
Some.
Yeah, there's
Some are made here.
well, no, they're assembled here. None of the parts are American made.
Okay.
Which is why all cars are shit except for like the Subaru.
Oh,
Subies are pretty good. So I digress. So there was this huge dent in the side where the deer ran in, and there was, obviously there was hair sticking out and body damage. My dad, in his infinite wisdom, was just like, well, she's gonna hit another one, so I'm not gonna fix this car. So, drive around with the car with the dent. That's fine. I took over usage of said car when it was my time in high school. And then there was this one day where I'm driving. It's rainy road, driving into Kent on Route 7. My friend Kevin is sitting shotgun. Now, I had this Melodophone, which is basically like a keyboard, but you blow into it to make
I know what that is. Yeah, I remember those.
So I was playing it while driving. I was playing the Star Wars theme song.
Attaboy.
And I went off the road, damn near into the river.
Wow.
And it was so funny because trying to convince the police officers that was an old dent caused from deer.
Right?
He wasn't having any of it. Now,
Right.
luckily, my father showed up. He was on duty that day, and I was just like,
Duty.
No ticket for me. Thank you. But
Thanks, Dad's duty.
it was just so funny. Yeah, right. They were like, "Oh, you dented the front of your..." I was like, "No, I swear that was there before." "Oh, so you crashed the car before?" "No, it was my sister. She hit a deer."
Yeah.
And that was like the only time anyone actually questioned whether or not she really hit a deer. But that was the one time she actually did hit a deer.
Wow.
And
Not as compelling,
but
but a decent story.
well, the moral of the story is I didn't die because I was this close to going into the Housatonic. So there's that.
So we touched a little bit on Snoop. Did you enjoy the Super Bowl?
I did enjoy the Super Bowl. I made money. Can't complain.
Good. I want a pool.
Good for you.
Yeah. Yeah. I haven't collected on it yet, Craig, but
Well,
Craig doesn't listen to the
He
show.
doesn't listen to the show, so there you go.
I yelled at him about that again the other day. You need to listen to the show.
He does. Once he finally catches up.
And look, that's the same for, we appreciate every single one of you listeners that are out there.
Yep.
And it has grown, and we've discussed this quite a bit. But tell your friends to pop it on and listen to the show.
Yeah.
It's a good show.
Especially if you call him, which you should.
6317 Mike Mo.
6317 Mike Mo.
6317 Mike Mo.
Mike with the Y. So it was a good game. I enjoyed it. I made money. I didn't like.
Oh, you're getting a call?
Yeah, that is a work call, and I will not take it on the show. No.
Boo.
I'm not taking this on. I'm not taking that one on air. Not gonna do it. So the game was good. The gambling was good. The commercials were so. I never watch it for the commercials. There were a couple of decent ones, I guess. I don't know.
I don't know. I didn't really.
It's not like
get
it used to be.
No, it's not. The commercials have gone downhill.
Yeah, and
disappointed.
They spend way too much, and they're kind of shitty. Not gonna lie.
They thought they were clever with the bouncing QR code. That wasn't clever to me.
No.
This is really dumb. If you're not going to put the name of your company, then flash it at the end.
Yeah.
Well, now it's too late for me to know what it is to give a damn about going back to the QR code.
Yep.
So you blew it.
You blew it.
Poor marketing.
$1 million
More than that now.
bad decision.
Far more than that now. And this is the crazy part is there's still great opportunity
Yep.
for people to do more and be more.
Yes.
With those, but.
You need to be more QR code. You need to
just be more. People look forward to this all year long. So it's time to do it.
I've never liked when you go to a Super Bowl party and there's people there. I'm just here for the commercials.
Yeah.
Shut the hell up.
Well, they don't like football. That's fine.
Yeah, but don't be like I'm just here for the commercials and then don't shush me during the commercials.
Right.
You do not shush during a commercial. I'm sorry. That is time for the football fans to do their thing.
That same person should be allowed to, if that's the case, then shush them during the game. Because I want to hear what Al Michaels has to say. I can care less about Chris Collinsworth calling a Bengals game, because he was in his glory for that. But Al Michaels, I want to hear him talk. I love Al Michaels.
He's one of the best.
And one of the best of all time.
Mm-hmm.
And I mentioned, I know you and I discussed this. I don't think we did on the show.
Right.
The interview with Bob Costas and Al Michaels.
Yeah, we didn't discuss that on the show.
On HBO.
Yeah.
Such a cool thing. Because I love Bob Costas and Al Michaels. They're two of my favorites ever.
Sure.
Al Michaels, that was his 11th Super Bowl to call.
Ridiculous.
He's called the World Series.
Ridiculous.
He's done anything he's ever wanted to do. Mm-hmm. And Bob Costas asked him if he'd call soccer. And he was like, well, I've never been to a soccer match aside from my grandson, and no thanks. I wouldn't know what I'm talking about. So he knows his bucket. He knows where he belongs.
Good for you.
But I learned about Al Michaels at 77 years old. He's never eaten a vegetable.
What?
His whole life, he's never eaten one. Aside from potato, which he's like, that's a starch, doesn't count. Nothing green like that. No broccoli, no spinach, no nothing.
Guaranteed his parents.
Ever.
When
he
he
said
was a
his
baby.
parents did not push it on him because he didn't want it.
No, when he was a
didn't force
baby,
it.
though. Before he could even say anything. He didn't eat pureed carrots.
Okay, so it was 75 years since something like that's been in his body. And the guy's in good health. The guy called the greatest hockey game of all time.
Yeah, I don't know if he... that's the Miracle on Ice for those of you not keeping track.
Yeah.
And
I do believe in miracles.
I don't know if I would buy that. I don't know if I buy it. I don't know if I buy it.
Bob Costas said he's been in a steakhouse with him. They bring out his steak, and there was vegetables touching the steak. Send it back.
Oh, okay.
He doesn't want the juices of the vegetable touching his steak.
Wow.
So you learn something new about different people.
That's
all the time.
ridiculous.
Yeah, it was great.
That's ridiculous.
But he did a great job calling the game.
What is it with football announcers who just like... I mean, I guess John Madden not flying is a little bit more believable than, not eating vegetables for 7 decades.
I don't know. I mean, there's people who don't. I get it.
Yeah.
But they're two of the. You just mentioned two of the greatest. So there's also the discussion that was made in the Super Bowl of, hey, I went to a concert and a football game broke out because everyone was stoked about Dre and Snoop and Eminem.
It was a great halftime
Mary
show.
J. Blige. I honestly think it's the best one I've ever seen.
It was really good. So there are 3 all-time greats.
Okay, what are your top 3?
I think Prince was the best one.
Prince was number 2 to me.
Prince was the best one, I think. This one was very close, very good. And I know you're gonna, I don't know.
Because nostalgia, that's for me. You know, nostalgia.
Yeah. But Prince, I mean, that's kind of nostalgia.
No, it was, but I.
And believe it or not, I forget when it was. It was maybe like 2010 to 2012, somewhere in that window. Madonna's halftime show was immaculate.
I want to say probably around
so good.
12 or 13, somewhere in there. The Boss did his.
Yeah, that was a good one. Yeah,
that's number 3 for me. So
I'm just happy to get away from the really just the bad country extravaganza.
I did like the country national anthem.
Country national, that's fine. Country national anthem is fine.
But everyone has their bucket. There's people who, and this drives me nuts. Social media has been going ballistic about anyone over 50.
Oh, the Xers
didn't like it. Like, stop.
I can't stand.
You get mad about Gen X, anything.
No. Well, yes. No. But the people who are out there like this is Gen X's halftime show, and you can't take this from me. I'm just like, A, why? Why you got to label it? B, I listened to The Chronic and Chronic 2001 and Eminem like every single day driving into high school in my freshman year. Just because the album came out a little bit before my time doesn't mean that I didn't grow up on that stuff. Why does it have to be someone's? Granted, it wasn't for the boomers.
Boomers, most of them hated it.
Yeah, I guess. But
and,
you know
and
what?
A lot of the youngsters don't know who any of those people are. But I get that.
He was also my response, though, when they were just like, oh, this one's for Gen X. I'm just like, yeah, it's for Gen X, from Inglewood and Compton, maybe. I don't know if this music was written for you so much as, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like, okay. Oh, well, it's not for me. Well, guess what? It's not for you either.
Right.
Maybe.
No, you know what? I think, look, every generation claims certain types of music and certain artists, and I get that. Mm-hmm. I get that. But when you realize that when you have someone like, Bruce Springsteen was more cross-generational.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Prince was more cross-generational.
Yeah.
This genre of music was not cross-generational. It has become part of pop culture because hip-hop has become a stronger thing in general.
Yes, but Eminem did not come on the scene as early as Snoop and Dre.
No, and he's not as old as Snoop or Dre.
Exactly. So you can't be like the entire halftime. I mean, there was a 37-year-old performing.
And there was a 56-year-old performing.
Exactly. So why people had
I'm
to
not
be...
a big Kendrick fan, but that's
no.
me.
I mean, it was the worst part of the show.
Agreed.
But it still wasn't bad, in my opinion.
It wasn't bad. I was like, oh, why'd they do that? They could have had they could have had a lot of other people.
Yeah.
Jay-Z was at the game. To have Jay-Z come down for a little while, that would have been amazing to throw Jay-Z into there.
It would have been, but I guess, Marshall Mathers, not necessarily from LA, but obviously that's why they had the Snoop and Dre connection, because that was LA. I mean, those guys literally grew up like a half mile away from that stadium.
Right, and Dre made Eminem. I mean, exactly. He found Eminem.
So that makes sense. So Jay-Z is kind of outside of the family, you will.
But there was also, there were people that said the only thing that could have made it better was if there was like a hologram
Tupac.
Yeah. That would have been pretty amazing. Or Biggie.
Yeah.
That would have been really cool.
I saw that comment and I was just like, you know what? I kind of like the show. I like how they did it. It was a great show.
Dre is amazing.
And the best part was that, and you can tell this story, but people in my house who happen to be 5, and then people in your house who happen to be a little older than 5, were both dancing, and this isn't their music.
No, I always watch the Super Bowl with my father. Mom sits there, doesn't know. She knows nothing about football.
Is she there for the commercials?
No, she's there just to be
just
company,
exist.
Just to be with us.
I want to exist today.
I want to be here with you guys.
With my family.
And bring you food.
Nice.
She loves doing that.
Ooh, what'd she make?
There wasn't a lot of crazy. She made a she made a sugar-free blueberry cake.
Well, that sounds divine.
It was pretty good, but she decided to make it like she had done a banana nut cake recently, which was very good. But she did it with the nuts, so blueberry nut cake didn't quite do the same thing, but it was lovely. Don't get me wrong. Okay. So, love it, Mom. Thank you. Like Mom is listening to the show. Yeah,
she's listening to the show. So, she would disown you if she started listening to this show. Even your mom wouldn't vote for you.
Oh.
My language.
It wouldn't
my language.
On the show on a regular basis, your language is questionable. So,
yeah, but it hasn't been since I've gotten too busy to edit the show.
This is true.
I will give you one of these,
Not
though,
as bad.
Just because,
Oh. So, What are you?
Thanks for coming, Ma.
Oh, I hate you. There's some days I hate you. So I warned them. Stop! You want me to tell the story or not? So I warned them before the game started. Hey, look, halftime is something.
There's going to be black people on TV.
No, they're not like that. I warned them before the show started, before the Super Bowl came on, that this is not going to be your kind of music, but I'm really looking forward to halftime.
Okay.
And they said, oh, who's halftime?
Uh-huh.
And I said, Snoop and Dr. Dre. And the look they both gave me, like, blank
Was it
look.
like, who?
Like, they had no clue. By the way, I was looking forward to the Who when they did theirs, and they were terrible.
Yeah.
But I said, it's rap, Dad. And he goes, oh, all right.
It's hip hop.
So I said Snoop. It's like Snoop. Yeah. The whole thing is hip hop, but Snoop. I don't think of Snoop as hip hop as much as I think of Snoop as rap.
Sure.
Dre hip hop.
Sure.
So
Should I ask you to define the difference right now or
no?
Okay.
No. So
Good cover.
So the funny part is halftime hits. They're both in their recliners, and again they're in their 80s, 80 and 83 years old, and they have the you push the button and the chair stands you up.
I got to get down on that.
It's pretty cool.
Does Medicare pay for it?
No, we paid for them.
Oh, okay. I was going to say something to look forward to, but
So
I guess
Mom
not. Yeah.
gets up because she's going to go get some more food to bring in the room, and she starts dancing to Snoop. I'm like, things I never thought I'd see in my life.
It's amazing.
And I tried to get my camera out and get a little video, and I had a little snippet at the very end of her doing it, and then she takes a bite of something and walks away. So it's not worth sharing.
Blueberry nut pie?
Whatever, yeah. And then Dad gets up, and Dad starts shuffling, dancing, not far off of Snoop's moves, I mind you.
Like he was on the beat?
He was on beat.
Okay.
And then he and Mom are both dancing to California Love.
That's awesome. Had they heard the song before?
No. And I looked at Dad and I go, you like this? And he goes, that's not a bad beat. And I go, yeah. He goes, can't understand what he's saying. I go, probably for the best. Probably all for the best. You can't understand what any of them are saying.
Yeah, right.
And then I actually heard someone else who is younger than you, who is a big Eminem fan,
Okay. I like it.
disappointed in Eminem.
Oh.
I said, why?
Why?
They said, well, he had to play his biggest hit. I'm like, it's a Super Bowl halftime show.
That's the point.
That's what they do.
Yeah.
And I said, I don't think there's any other song by Eminem that matches the Super Bowl as well, because that song is, if that doesn't pump you up, if Lose Yourself doesn't pump you up for a football game, for and we'll get to this too, going in the gym or going to work out, if that song doesn't fire you up, check your pulse, man.
I mean, what does he want? My name is?
Yeah, I know. What are you going to do? My name is... No, that doesn't fit the Super Bowl.
No, it's a great song, mind you.
Great song.
But yeah, that doesn't necessarily, and it's not as family. I mean, I don't want to say family friendly because it doesn't.
Lose Yourself is a great song for the Super Bowl. A perfect song.
But it works. My Name is definitely. It's not a lewd song necessarily, but it has some lyrics that you wouldn't necessarily want on TV.
Right.
And I thought they did a great job on rewriting some of these, radio edits for TV. Because Lori looked at me, she's just like, is this going to be all right for kids? And I was just like, it's NBC.
It has to be.
There's 100 million people watching right now. It has to be.
Speaking of bets, there was a money line on would Snoop be smoking on stage.
Oh.
I was like, whoa, that's a tough bet.
What was it? What was the line?
It was I think it was minus 130 that he would.
Oh, really? Oh, wow.
Well, minus 110 or something that he wouldn't.
It was a coin flip. Yeah, okay.
But it was kind of funny. But
wow.
The other piece of this that needs to be mentioned too, we didn't mention Fitty.
Oh, no, I hadn't mentioned Fitty.
So happy to see him included in that with that group. He was a surprise. I didn't know he was going to be there.
Completely, I mean, talk about Jay-Z being on. That Fitty is part of that, right?
Yeah.
The whole East Coast New York
Yes, sir.
thing. Yeah, not bad.
He still has a piece of bullet in his tongue, doesn't he?
I think it's his cheek.
I think it's in his tongue because he did a thing on Graham Norton where some British actress, like Dame Judi Dench or somebody, said she was like, "You want to feel it?" and made her put a
glove on,
to touch his tongue. She was like, "Oh, I feel it. It's in there." Like touch his tongue.
Man, you've got to be pretty badass to get shot in the mouth and be like, you know what? I'm just gonna keep on doing the same thing.
Right?
Like if you got shot in the mouth doing something, you'd probably be like, you know what? I'm gonna find another line of work.
Might be time to do something else.
It's like if the Santa assassins out there, you're like, you know what? Think I'm gonna be Moisha next year.
Think I'll shave the beard.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I'm gonna stick around and do that.
But all in all, it was
good.
Wonderful.
I had my
halftime and a good game.
It was a good game. My 5-year-old, throughout the course of that halftime show, she put on a hoodie, then she put on some sunglasses,
and the hood up.
Nice. And she was dancing to the beat, which was great. My 3-year-old decided that was a good time to learn how to twerk. Got a great video of that. It's the most adorable thing. No, if you're listening to the show, you're not gonna see it.
Right.
Until I get permission.
Right.
That's nothing I'm gonna post. But it was great. But they were there was one point in time where Diana, she's got her hand in the air and going up and down,
nice,
side to side. Like, yeah, they really got into it. So yeah, it was a halftime show for everyone
except boomers.
Except for boomers.
Yeah. Which is great. And I just, like I said, when people are saying, "Oh, if you're over 50, you hated it." Yeah. No. But I'm sure there's plenty of people because they were
50. They were 50.
Dre is 56.
Yeah.
Snoop is
50. Your age. Yeah. We've established this in a previous episode. And if you didn't hear that episode,
it was a fun episode.
Go back and listen. It's like 2 episodes ago.
The fun part is with, you mentioned the age part. Like, my sister is 6 years older than me, and my brother is 8 years older than me. They did not listen to that music growing up. That came out right in the wheelhouse for me to enjoy that.
Okay.
They never got into they were, when you talk about rap for my brother and my sister, it was the Sugar Hill Gang. Mm-hmm. Right? It was the intro of rap, and they were into that. By the time it got to Snoop, they weren't big fans. So they probably didn't enjoy it as much, but they played the songs that people like. Mary J. Blige was fantastic.
Yeah.
She was wonderful. And I'm not the biggest fan of hers and her music, but I enjoyed her performance. She was great.
There you go.
So I just would have loved to see Jay-Z and like Beyonce walk down and like be a part of that. Like Beyonce dancing with Mary J. Blige would have been mind-blowing.
It's just they're not invited, but they just take the stage.
They just show up.
Which, by the way, possibly the coolest stage in itself. That set was so cool.
It was phenomenal.
That was so cool.
I was waiting for the cars to start hopping. That's what I was waiting for.
Missed opportunity.
Yeah, that would have been really cool.
Missed opportunity. You know what and I actually had this in my notes to talk about like 2 weeks ago, but they made a big deal about it during the Super Bowl. This remake of Fresh Prince really pisses me off.
Yeah, we can talk about this.
Why make it a drama?
It's a money grab, man.
Why make it a drama, though?
Yeah.
It doesn't...
It was goofy and silly and fun.
Exactly. That was... And
they touched on serious topics, which was a very 80s thing to do. They did in the
80s
90s.
And 90s sitcoms were both...
Like, Different Strokes was the first one to jump out and do that.
Yeah, but...
When Nancy Reagan showed up to talk to, Arnold about drugs.
Right. A lot of sitcoms, 80s and 90s, were very much morality stories, right? I mean, Full House, every single episode was like that. Even like a Home Improvement would get into that kind of stuff, right? Same here with Fresh Prince. They were always tackling issues, and they weren't always easy issues. There was a lot of racial issues.
Very difficult topics.
And especially in... the early 90s in Los Angeles. Very difficult topic for that. And they hit. So why? With everything going on and so many dramas in real life, why do you got to make Fresh Prince into a drama now? I'm not going to watch it. I'm not. The reason we watched it then was Will. Will brought us there. We loved his music. Will brought us there, but Carlton sure kept us there. Uncle Phil
was amazing.
Uncle Phil was great.
And Viv, both of them. Loved them both.
Yeah.
So the show was entertaining, but Will brought us to it. Mm-hmm. I don't know anybody on this new show.
No.
I've seen Will Smith promoting it, Will Smith pushing for it, excited about it. Of course he is.
Yeah, he's getting royalties.
Oh, yeah.
He's got to be like an executive producer or some shit. Yeah.
He has something to do with the show, but... They're going a different route with it. I'm not a fan. I'm not excited about it. By the way, I have to mention one more thing before we're completely away from it.
Damn it, Peacock.
I want to mention one thing about Jay-Z.
Okay.
You might have missed this, but you and I will occasionally talk about our favorite bagel place in town here.
Uh-huh.
Did you see the post they put up about a week ago?
No.
It was a Facebook post.
Oh, I did. Yeah. Someone left their credit card. Yeah.
If your name is Jay-Z, come back and get your credit card.
Your initials.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was having a field day with that. I messaged the owner and talked to her about it, and she was like, "The people have been going nuts for it." Brilliant move on their part to say so. But here's the question: Was Jay-Z actually at the Bagel Barn? It's possible.
I'm gonna guess no.
It's possible. He doesn't live that far away.
I'm gonna guess no.
I don't know.
Yeah, no.
It'd be really cool for Jay-Z to show up in town. He only lives like a half hour away.
I'm gonna get some bagels.
He lives a half hour away. I went over to New York State one day with a friend of mine for work, and he was like, Jay-Z's house is right around the corner. I know because my friend used to do work for his next door neighbor and so I know where his house is. I go, well, why don't we stop by? He refused. He was so afraid to swing by Jay-Z's house.
Why?
I said, why wouldn't you? He goes, it's a gated community and all this stuff.
Shot.
You're not going to get shot now.
Could get shot.
No.
I don't know.
Not for knocking or ringing at somebody's doorbell. Hi.
If you hop the fence.
Hi, is Beyonce here?
If you hop the fence.
That'd be kind of cool.
Yeah.
I wouldn't because Jay-Z is also a fraternity brother of mine.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go.
He's a Freemason.
No, you might still get shot.
I don't think so.
Yeah, you might still get shot.
I'm pretty sure I'm safe.
I don't think you are. If you climbed the security
I'm not going to
fence.
climb the fence.
Well, what do you think?
I'm not built to climb.
It's gated. So you're gonna be trespassing on the gate. Yeah,
ding dong.
You're gonna get shot.
Ding dong.
There's no ding dong.
There's a ding dong.
And you're gonna say, "Hey, it's Mo."
Yeah. Is Jay-Z here?
I don't even
That's
think
fun video, if nothing else.
Don't even think you would get that far.
Yeah,
I don't even think they would answer. They'd look out and they'd be like, "Yeah, we're not going there."
Santa's got a late delivery. I don't know.
No, that's they're not.
So,
speaking of late delivery though,
we have a late call.
we have a late call. I think we should
Look at me knowing where you were going. I caught on to that segue.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you saw me.
You've been on your phone almost the whole show.
Well,
so.
it's not. That's where my notes are. Yeah. That's where things are. But I do want to get to some calls.
Oh, let's get to a call.
So we're gonna play a call.
Hi, Liz.
Hey, Mike and Mo. This is Jana, and I had a thought. If you had to be on a reality television show, someone is forcing you to be on any reality television show, which one would you pick and why?
Ooh.
It doesn't have to be a show that's currently on the air. It could be the original Road Rules, whatever you pick.
Yeah.
But also, I want to know which show that you guys would pick for Liz to be on. Thanks so much. I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye.
Oh,
okay.
That's our friend in Bulgaria or Romania.
Romania.
The other part of the growth here.
Yeah. Well, what
Thanks,
a great.
Jana. That's a great question.
Yeah, right.
Knock one out of the park.
Yeah.
I know what show you'd be on.
Why? Well,
You'd be I'm not sure exactly which one, but you would be on one of the Gordon Ramsay shows. One of the Master Chef kind of shows.
I could probably deal with Hell's Kitchen. Master Chef, again, it's tough.
It's very
because
tough.
there's baking. I'm not making a layer cake. I know they teach you how.
They do.
They teach you how. I know all the secrets of that show. Like when they're tasting the food, it's actually cold because it's been sitting in a fridge for 4 hours after they cook it.
Right.
Yeah. It's there's. Yeah, I could see myself being on Hell's Kitchen.
Hell's Kitchen. You think you'd be a good contestant on Hell's Kitchen? Could you win Hell's Kitchen?
I think so.
Early years or later years? Early years, I think you'd have a much better shot.
No, later years because they bring on some idiots on that show.
Well, they get ratings.
Yeah, they bring on some idiots. I don't know, man. I honestly, I would probably go with like The Amazing Race. I think you and I would kick ass.
Oh, we'd have a blast on
Amazing
Race.
Oh my god, that would be a good time.
We'd tear it up.
Yeah. You put me on Project Runway, we're gonna have a problem here. But I could do that. I mean, we could be on the Jersey Shore and just get crunked up every day down there.
Stupid.
But
No, I would
stupid.
not do.
That's stupid.
I would not do that.
I mean, yeah, the Real World and Road Rules. I mean, that's just. Hey, go live in a house.
I would like to see Liz on Real World. I think that's a great choice for her.
I would like to see Liz on Flavor of Love. That's the reality show.
You win today's episode, Mike. You win today's episode. Wow.
For so many reasons, I'm just okay.
Yeah, boy.
I need you to go and win Flavor of Love. Because the contestants on that show are just the craziest women in the world.
Oh, yeah.
And they're all in a house, and Flavor Flav is there.
Right?
And he you got champagne? Like
all the time. They get people
champagne?
drunk all the time on those shows.
Oh my god, that would be great. That would be awesome. You know what I was actually thinking would be a really fun show? I mean, I think the answer is going to be Amazing Race, right? I mean, for you and I to go on together.
For us to go on, if we were to do solo, You remember the show that this is really an odd show, but you might not have seen it. Stone Cold Steve Austin did a show, Broken Skull.
I vaguely remember.
It was like
blah, 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 blah.
It was like obstacle courses and different stuff. There was like one of those giant floating things you had to jump on and launch people in the air in the water.
Okay.
And then at the end, there was always a big.
I've been on one of those. They
course.
call it a blob.
Blob.
They're
yeah.
so great.
So I'm like, I think I would enjoy being on that show.
Yeah.
I would enjoy that.
Yeah.
And Stone Cold yelling at me, going, "Oh hell yeah!"
That'd be great.
Yeah.
Like real world is just people living. I'd rather be on Big Brother because it's at least real world with games.
Okay.
You know me.
Okay.
I like games.
Yeah.
Survivor, I wouldn't do well on.
Survivor, yeah.
I don't think so.
I might do okay on Survivor.
Yeah. I mean, what about oh, come on. Fear Factor. You just don't want to eat a penis.
Ever. But
The thing what would be your Achilles heel on Fear Factor? Mo, what would be your Achilles heel? Mice?
Mice.
So if you got in
mice.
a tank of mice.
No, I wouldn't do it. See ya. Bye.
Because you have to answer a questionnaire.
Right.
So they know what you're
They
afraid
know,
of.
yeah. What are you really afraid of?
See, I would just put things I love. I'm afraid of whipped cream.
Yeah, I'm afraid of pancakes.
Well, that could be a thing because they're like, okay, now you need to eat 1,000 pancakes.
Go.
That wouldn't end well for anybody.
No.
And there's always a penis. You always got to eat a penis or a balls, some testicles. I don't do well. I think my fear factor thing, it would either be something related to extreme heights or claustrophobia. I can't get locked in a tank.
Really?
No, I don't do well. I mean, if I'm in a tank with snakes and the top is open, I'll be fine.
Close that top?
Close that top, it's over.
Really?
I don't do it.
So like biggest fear for you, buried alive?
Yeah, it might be.
Yeah.
It might be. Especially, no, it would be being locked in a clear coffin that's being dangled by a crane.
Oh.
1,000, that would be it.
The Chris Angel type stuff.
Yeah, no, that would be the worst. That would be the worst combo.
Good question. I enjoyed that.
Yeah, The Bachelor, we'll skip that. You wouldn't want to be on
I wouldn't
The
last
Bachelor.
long on The Bachelor.
Or The Bachelorette, you wouldn't last long. The Bachelor, you're The Bachelor.
Yeah.
And you have all these crazy women around you. It's the white person's version of Flavor of Love. I want to see Liz on Flavor of Love so bad.
Liz,
that would be awesome.
bring back the show just for you.
not what was the other one? Rock of Love.
Oh my God!
Remember Rock of Love?
Yeah,
no Rock of Now because that's
Bret Michaels.
There's some crazies on that show too. But no, Flavor of Love. So we've recently binged all 3 seasons of Flavor of Love.
Have you really?
In my house? Absolutely. And the funny
Where
thing
is that even on now?
I don't know, Roku, Hulu, one of those.
Wow.
I don't know. And we, that was also my show in college. We would watch Flavor of Love in college. Just all the guys, we would sit around and watch it, and it was just like, it's epic. It's a great show. It's fantastic.
And it holds up now. If you're watching this now, that it holds up.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Oh,
I don't think it would.
Oh, it holds up. It holds up. I mean, it's funny in any decade. Let me tell you. I'm pulled up a list of just most popular reality shows, just so we can make sure we don't miss one. Right?
Sure.
RuPaul's Drag Race. I don't think either of us will do well on that.
there. No.
Keeping Up with the Kardashians. No, that I don't count.
Stupid.
See, that's not. We're talking reality competition.
Yeah.
American Idol. It'd be fun, but we wouldn't make it.
American
Gladiator. You would.
Do you know Craig is friends with a local guy who was one of the gladiators?
Oh, that's so funny. Which
one
one?
of the original ones. I forget his. I'll find out his name. For
Thunder.
I forget what his name was.
Something like
He's one of
that.
the skinny little guys.
There was the film I made, I produced in college called American Gym Teacher. Did you ever see this one?
No.
It was it's a great premise. It's about a high school gym teacher that goes on American Gladiators to regain the respect of his peers and students.
Wow.
It was awesome. We built so many things. Like we built the I forget what you call it, the gauntlet with the tennis balls that shoot at
that
you.
Was the best one.
We built we tried, but we couldn't quite figure out how to make the balls, the cage, the volleyball thing. Yeah. But it was awesome. It was an aerosol powered tennis ball cannon, and then we built the different stations and whatnot. And it was like, yeah, we're gonna film this movie, but we're gonna take all these props home. And so we put up the joust for a party.
Love that.
And it got crazy. As you can imagine, a college party with
Sure.
a joust got crazy. And there are pictures on my Facebook, like old pictures of me jousting. And there's one when I whack someone off of it, and I'm just like, ah! Like my face is just great. We'll post it. We have to. It's amazing.
cool.
But when the cops showed up to shut down the party,
Yeah.
they got on and jousted
That's cool.
each other. We were like, I want to joust a cop, and the cop was like, that'll get me fired and you arrested. We're not doing it. But they got up and did it, and I'll never forget. Someone goes, "Hey, you want me to hold your gun while you're up there?" And he's just like, "I'm gonna joust with my gun." And we thought that was the most badass thing ever. They got up there and they jousted those two cops.
That's cool.
It was absolutely incredible.
Very cool.
Yeah, I could totally get down on that. American Idol, no, it's not for me. I mean, we like to sing, but we're not American.
We're not
Idol
going to make
singers.
it, no.
The Great British Baking Show.
You can't bake.
I'm not good at baking, but I am good at appropriating British culture. So we have that going.
I'm good at following direction, but I can't bake from scratch.
Oh, so you're a box baker?
Yeah. No, if I have a recipe, I'm good.
There you go. Oh, nice. Flavor of Love makes the list. I'm telling
All
you.
right.
Top chef, sure. I guess. I mean, I'm not a foofy chef though.
No, you want to go to
I'm Hell's Kitchen because I can make those scallops. I can make scallops like they will never be wrong.
risotto. You can make.
Risotto, I make risotto like twice a week.
Well,
The beef Wellington I can make. I know how to make a beef Wellington. It's not difficult. It's technical.
yeah.
Because you sear off the steak, you make the duxelle, you wrap the puff pastry around it. You know, easy. I could totally do that. My super sweet 16, I'm gonna pass on that one.
Yeah, not a fun one for me.
You're like Honey Boo Boo, I'm gonna pass on that one. That's not on the list, but I'm just saying.
We're going to go ahead and pass.
America's Next Top Model, no. Next, no. So Jackass. There's one.
Oh,
There's a new movie that just came out.
I know.
Do you want to go to the theater? I haven't gone to the theater with you in forever, but I will totally go to the theater to see Jackass.
I'll do that.
The new Jackass with you.
I'll do that with you.
That would be awesome. All right, great question. Oh, wife swap. I don't think I'm allowed to go on that show.
Why not?
Just saying.
Why not? You don't actually do things.
Of course you do.
No, they don't.
Of course you
They
do.
usually hate each other. They have to live together for a little while.
I would be the
It'd be
worst.
like your wife trying to live in my house would not go well.
No, I don't think
Like
it
the
would.
separate bedrooms and the whole thing, it would not go well.
Yeah, no.
If I had to move into your house for 2 weeks or whatever that show lasted, it would not go well because the kids are always a part of it and the whole thing too. Like it would not go over well at all.
You know what I think you and I would do good on? No, I'm gonna throw one last one out there.
Sure.
I think we could get a deal on Shark Tank. Just as negotiators and pitchmen, I think we would do all right.
We're pretty good pitchmen and negotiators.
You think we could get $1 million for Santa Claus Company? I don't think so.
No, because it's all about me. We need to find a way to get more people as Santa Claus, but you're only selling
Well, they
one
would go.
person product.
It's not proprietary. It's not proprietary.
Plus, it's only one person because without me, it doesn't work.
Yeah, maybe so. All right, great question.
Great question.
Great
Good time.
question. I'd like to see you get made over on Queer Eye as well. I'll throw that out there
Enough.
as well. Yeah,
Enough.
Okay. All right. Good. Great question. That took us to the end of the show.
Yeah.
Sorry, Liz.
Oh, you said there were 2 calls. Do one more. Do one more, then we'll end the show.
Oh, okay.
End the show with a call. I don't think we've ever done that.
This better be good.
I know that was a home
Hi,
run.
it's Liz, and I just gotta say, never in my life did I expect to have to shake down a state official and a guy with multiple Emmys for $10 donations to a charity Super Bowl pool. I mean, y'all ought to be ashamed of yourselves. Mike, I have donated to your charities. Mo, I spent over $400 getting a table and raffle tickets for the postponed comedy show for your charity. And what do I get? I gotta constantly harass you boys. So I guess my question is, when y'all gonna pay me? Pay up, bitches. Love you. Bye.
There you go.
Wow.
Well, I sent my $10.
Really?
Super Bowl. Yeah.
I sent her 20, so we overpaid for our boxes. I paid for you.
Oh.
And I Venmo'd her the money, so she made more money from us.
There you go.
And
You
she
made-
got paid before the
you
Super
made
Bowl.
interest.
We didn't. This call had to be prior to Super Bowl,
This was on Thursday.
so she got more than what she asked for.
There you go.
So swing and a miss, Liz. You got your money. Wah wah wah.
Oh.
No, sorry. Like you want to come at us? Yeah. You want to come at us? I'll come back at you. You know, like we did pay it. You call the show to call us out when we paid you more than what you asked for? We just went from a home run to not even a strikeout. That
No,
was
she bunted foul on strike 3.
Yeah, that was weak. And speaking of bunting foul, strike 3. Hey, owners, give us some baseball.
Bad call is.
Yay! 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 Yay!
That was a terrible call. Why would she do that?
I don't know.
But hey, Janice was good.
We did take a while to pay her.
Oh, the one from Romania was phenomenal.
Oh, yeah, I hope she calls in more.
I hope she does more because Liz, dropping the ball.
That's not good.
Maybe she should go on Flavor of Love.
How would that help? How would that help us pay?
She wouldn't call.
If she was on Flavor of Love?
Yeah, she wouldn't be able to call us. So maybe she did. Flav would call. I mean, that'd be nice.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Dude, your mic's on.
Shit.
Yay! Yay! Yay!